What's up, everybody? My name is Nate. Welcome to the channel. I'm in Raphael's studio here.
Hi there.
This is weird and awesome at the same time, and I'm all for it.
I just wanted to jump in here and give a little bit of insight to what you're about to see. We did a collaboration, me and the Gentleman's Gazette. We got to smelling the Roberto Ugolini fragrances. It's the fragrances that they have to offer over there, but I wanted to give all of them a shot. But little did I know, we were totally nose blind throughout this whole fragrance experience. For this video, we did a collaboration with Real Men, Real Style, Antonio over there, and we smelled like 16 fragrances in that video. So we were totally nose blind. I was smelling things, but I wasn't picking up much. It was just kind of a jumbled smelling. So a lot of them, you know, I wasn't able to really dive in, but this was kind of a blind reaction to all of the fragrances that Roberto Ugolini has to offer. Just thought I'd give some insight here. Hopefully you enjoy.
So tell me about this brand.
It's called Roberto Ugolini, who is a custom shoemaker in Florence, Italy. The brand was conceptualized by Herbert Stricker, who is like the man from the nose behind. He's in Germany, and he was like, well, I've distributed colognes for decades, and I have all these ideas, and he didn't want to use his own name, and he was his shoemaker, so he asked if he could do it, and Roberto Ugolini is also into cologne, and so that's what they did. They started this brand, and they started with the Oxford scent, because Oxford is a very classic men's shoe, and so that was the first one.
It's a shirt too, right?
Oxford is a fabric, exactly. It can be a fabric.
Okay.
It's the university style of a dress shoe.
I need Raphael to teach me like all things fashion, because clearly.
I mean, each to his own.
You dress like a slutty dolphin trainer?
And some people, know a lot about cologne, like Nate, and others know more about clothes.
Oxford's number one.
Thank you, President. So rather than smelling up the studio, Preston here is bringing us the freshly sprayed scent. So okay, this was
nice.
This was a scent like Roberto Ugolini said, that's for me. That's my scent. I like it. I don't know. To me, it's a very kind of classic masculine scent. It's not like super hit you over the head, but I think it works for people who are maybe in touch with other.
Yeah,
it's not an out there fragrance. It's not like you don't smell this and think like, I've never smelled it.
It does have like a nice sophistication behind it, like heavy in the patchouli department and nice spices in here too. It's really kind of clean, classy, and very, very professional. Really like it. And it's a little dark too. It's nice, really nice.
This was with our team. We gave everyone a bottle, any bottle, and more than half chose this one.
Really, this one?
Yeah, because it's that kind of, it's safe. It's a bit like your black Oxford shoe, it's like the first shoe you buy, kind of this like where people are like, well, it's versatile and I can wear it.
It's nice. It does smell like a black Oxford.
Well, I don't know, maybe a brown one. It's a brown bottle. I don't. To me, it doesn't smell like leather. It's not like,
no,
I don't think this and associate with leather. I think they did like a leather label, right? And a horn, like a shoe horn.
Yeah.
So they kind of leaned in on creating a
excellent
kind of brand around the shoe idea, but to me, it doesn't smell like a shoe or leather. Because some scents are very leathery. I don't think anyone here has like a leathery.
No, it's good. It's nice and spicy. Excellent. Yeah, I'd probably say it's for a sophisticated guy who wants a kind of a going out, night out fragrance. That's what I would put on it. But yeah, really, really nice. Darby. Ooh, this is really nice. This has a little leather in here.
This is bolder.
Yeah.
I find it's like, you put it on, you're like, okay, I think James would like that.
Yeah, this is a James fragrance.
James from Gen Z. Check out his channel.
Yeah. Nice spice in here too. So trying to paint a picture as far as how it smells. It's not overdone with the leather too, which is really nice. And nice spice in here as well. Nice and dark. But
yeah, I've been really impressed today by your ability to just identify things based on the smell, so you can practice smell.
I practice with like raw, just materials, because I do perfumery as like a hobby, and hopefully one day I can actually make my own brand. But it's learning your materials and learning the, because scent is based off of memory, and that's why when you spray on a fragrance, it's like, oh, this reminds me of my childhood. Automatically, brings you back. But when you start practicing on each and every little ingredient, you can really start identifying these notes. And fragrances is so masterfully blended together that it's almost impossible to identify specific ingredients. It's just kind of like, oh, that reminds me of, linalool or this or cardamom, that kind of thing. So,
and sometimes it's like food, right? You really start noticing it when it's not there.
yes, yeah.
I think you mentioned like oak moss. And you said, oh, it stopped using it, and all of a sudden people are like, what's happening?
Yeah, so the oak moss is a heavy used material in like fougere fragrances, and oak moss has an allergenic on it in the top. And this is where the debate of natural ingredients versus synthetic materials. A lot of people think that when you say synthetic, it's a harmful chemical and it's not good for you. But at the same time, the naturals have a lot, like a rose oil has like 400 ingredients in it, 400 different individual, chemicals, compounds and stuff in it. And a lot of those are harmful to like bees because it's a natural oil. And so there are some harmful things in there as well. So what a synthetic does is it just removes all of those other harmful things and it just puts it in that's kind of how I paint that picture on
Nice.
that. Go for classy names.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And this one is very strong.
Yeah.
Like a strong silage. Like when you put it on, you're like, ooh, it's, it's not for everyone, I think, because it's bolder.
Yeah, and there's this might sound weird. I'm getting an oatmeal kind of vibe from it, which I know that doesn't sound
Like oatmeal?
like the oatmeal you eat for breakfast.
Okay.
What the F are you doing in here?
Do you pick that up at all?
Your nose is broke.
Just slight. I'm not trying to eat this, but this is good. This is really good. Yeah, it's very nice. It's very, very nice.
One thing, I like when I smell them, I was like, they're not just copycats. Someone didn't go out there and say, ooh, let's recreate, Bleu de Chanel, or, but they're all just different.
That's what I'm kind of noticing. They don't smell like nothing's jumping off like that's Bleu de Chanel.
For Rosso?
Yeah, when I smelled all of these for the first time, this was my favorite. It had this like vanilla, and my dad always liked fragrances. And I was like, oh yeah, he would like that. It's not power, but it's like, there's a sweetness there.
It's like a ethyl maltol. There's a fragrance reviewer, Aaron Terrence Hughes. He has a whole get up about ethyl maltol. But what ethyl maltol is it's a sweet, sugary, almost cotton candy like molecule. And if you dose it really low, it gives this nice sweetness to the whole fragrance. And it amplifies like citruses, making them more sweet and almost like juicy sweet. But there's also like saffron in here too, and nice woods and stuff. This is really good. This is a good one. I like this a lot.
This is like, they put these like, I think 30% higher concentration ones, or 35%. They put these in these kind of non-clear bottles.
That's nice, yeah. That's my favorite one out of all of them right now.
Here is 17 or the Pichiacete Rosso.
Okay.
That's the one we did in a blind testing.
Yeah.
A different video. If you're curious about blind testing fragrances from Nate, check that out.
And I remember this one. This one was not a hit for me. Yeah, there's something like green and interesting about this one.
I think the idea was to blend a bit of like Eastern with the Western influences.
Yeah.
I think in Germany, this is the -- 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm so interested to see what that smells like on skin. I mean, not like right now, because I would just choke myself out. But yeah, it's not something that like I would gravitate towards, but I could see, like, I appreciate and that's the hard part about like rating fragrances, is like I appreciate the fragrance in terms of a personal taste and love. I have to kind of be a little subjective on it.
You can respect something for what it is, but it doesn't have something that you actually wear.
Yes, that's totally a good way to put it. High heel white.
High heel white. And like, especially this one I feel like the name isn't chosen perfectly, because I think a lot of men like turned off by the fact, oh, it's high heel white. I would never wear white high heels, so I can't wear it. But I think it's truly unisex, and it's kind of I like it with an evening with a tuxedo. I think it's a cool, defined one.
Yeah, it's got like a buttery creaminess here, with a nice like it's soap quality, soap-like quality. Interesting. Yeah, I'm interested to see a lot of the notes too. I'm gonna throw the notes up on screen here, and
yeah, we also I did a video about all the notes are down with everything so you get a better idea.
yeah, I'll have that
Coumarin,
link in the.
Geraniol.
Oh yeah.
Right, once you say it, you're like, oh yes.
Yeah, like geranium, kitten heel.
It's also it's a shoe, like a high heel with a lower heel.
Oh yeah, this is.
It's sweeter, but you know, we have like, for example, Jack Holland. He's on our team. He likes to wear this.
This is good, yeah.
But it's, you know, some people say, well, there's maybe a little powder and it's a little sweeter and a little more.
This would smell amazing on a lady, though. Is a very nice ladies fragrance. But this does have that kind of Baccarat Rouge 540 thing where guys could rock it too. Yeah, this is really good. Classy. Everything's kind of melding together. We have been destroying our noses today.
How many do you usually smell a day?
I try to limit it to 4. So I am in overdrive.
Your nose is like a lunar eclipse.
Basically, shoe-related names. This one, as you might be able to tell, blue suede shoes.
Blue suede shoes. This is nice too.
I like when I asked like Herbert, he was like, you know, I asked him, well, give me a rank. And like he's like, that was his like where he felt like could have the most potential in the market. But it's like I always say, no, if you're like, if this is for, you know, the father, someone could say this is for the son. And it's like, if you had to gift someone one of those scents and you knew it was a man, probably no one would be offended by this, or everyone would say, oh, yeah, that's good, you know?
Yeah, that's a nice clean blue style, nice and clean and just kind of airy and breezy. And
this one is kind of a lighter spring summer.
Yeah, this is great for the springtime.
I like it for that, and because, you know, it has, what is this, 20% concentration, it lasts.
This is nice. This falls, like, this is not a one-to-one, but this falls in the same kind of lines as like Neroli Portofino by Tom Ford, and like a nice citrus, a lot of citrus in here too. A little fruitiness. I don't know what exactly, like black currant maybe, but little fruitiness, florals, touch of a jasmine.
Yeah, I like it, especially during the when it's warmer. I think great.
Very, very nice.
Something like a Derby I like more in the winter. This is more like a summer.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah.
Here, Marzocco.
So all these like bold colors, they're often taken from like a Florentine color. So that's like the lion from Florence, you know, they have these like their soccer jerseys are purple. But the inspiration behind this was it's kind of a sugary powder. In German it's Brause, Ahoi Brause, and it's something that kids do drink or eat. You can put it in water and dissolve it. And Herbert was like, I wanted this kind of feeling of this in that concentration. They just did a limited edition in Germany. It's going to come out soon with, I think, a 35% concentration. This is 80, so they'll like see how it goes. This also is more, I like it more for spring, and
really?
Some people like it. Some people are like, sweet, and
it's pretty sweet and it's thick too. And yeah, it's definitely powdery, and I actually wear it in the winter time because I feel like it's a very thick fragrance.
Newest addition to the library.
Great.
Giardino di Boboli, or Boboli Gardens.
Yeah, it's like a garden there. And I think this has the 35% oil concentration. No, 30%. 30% oil concentration, 70% alcohol. You know, I like there's some apple in there.
Yeah, I can smell the apple.
And I smell flowers and green.
Yeah.
But because of the 30%, this lasts all day. You know, oftentimes if you have like lighter summer fragrances, they're more fleeting, and this is different in the sense that you can wear it all day.
Yeah, this is really nice. Fruity, sweet, appley, clean.
Now,
very citrusy.
Our videographers tell me that they think of church when they smell this.
This one.
I was like, I have never been to a church that smelled like that. You must have been in a great church.
Classic church. Yeah, that's great. That's a great fruity, sweet one. Yeah, so all of these are really excellent. I think honestly, these two, I think it was either this one or this one.
You wanted the Quattro Rosso.
Yeah,
You said was
these two are just fantastic, and I would probably include this one too. But these three are
That's what you'd
the
wear.
stunners. Yeah.
Okay.
These are the stunners. So, but yeah, excellent job here. I love the bottle. It's great bottle. I like the colors and stuff.
Yeah, they did that intentionally for like that. I think not all colors are from Florence, but they just went with a bold colors then. And then I think the new limited edition is the same bottle, but they made it like velvety. So I don't know.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
There you are.
One spray will kill you. All right, thanks so much for watching the video, everyone, and thank you to Raphael for being so kind and letting me into his studio.
Of course.
It's an honor and
Pleasure
pleasure
to have you here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Dave.
And we didn't really do a great outro, so I'm just going to jump on here and say thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you to Raphael and his team over at the Gentleman's Gazette for bringing me into their studio and letting me be a part of this. It was an excellent, awesome opportunity, and just the insights that they all had to offer are just phenomenal, and I can't say thank you enough. So thank you again to the Gentleman's Gazette, and thank you guys so much for watching the video. And have you tried any of these? Let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Take care, everyone. We'll see you next time.